The following video is intended for mature audiences. It contains horror elements, adult themes, and language that might not be suitable for younger viewers. Stephen King's universe is vast, dark, and deeply layered, and It, Chapter 2 endeavors to delve into one of its most nightmarish corners. A sequel to the critically acclaimed It, this chapter brings us back to Derry, 27 years after the Losers Club defeated Pennywise, the malevolent entity feeding on fear. Directed by Andy Muschietti, the film's ambition is immense, attempting to weave together a sprawling narrative about trauma, identity, and the inevitable reckoning with one's past. But does the film manage to match the terror and brilliance of its predecessor? That depends on where your fears and patience lie. Pennywise, brought to grotesque and spine-chilling life once again by Bill Skarsgård, is a reflection of fear incarnate. His world, a supernatural labyrinth of terror, is as much a character in the story as Pennywise himself. This dimension of shifting forms and monstrous manifestations amplifies the dread with each scene. Skarsgård's performance continues to captivate, with his unnerving grin and sudden outbursts embodying a shape-shifting terror that preys on individual vulnerabilities. The many forms Pennywise takes in this sequel are horrifying extensions of the fears rooted in each character. These manifestations are grotesque, unsettling, and occasionally veer into the surreal, with the horror feeling less grounded than in the first film. While these transformations showcase the versatility of the creature, they can feel overwhelming, perhaps overstaying their welcome in the film's nearly 3-hour runtime. Where this story excels is in its exploration of the Losers Club as adults, confronting the deep scars left by their childhood trauma. The psychological toll of their past is woven into the fabric of their lives, and their reunion in Derry forces them to confront long-buried memories and the fears they thought they had left behind. As the group's unofficial leader, Bill is still haunted by the death of his brother Georgie. His struggle with guilt is palpable, and James McAvoy delivers a nuanced performance that captures Bill's internal conflict between wanting to move forward and being tethered to the past. Beverly's arc is deeply emotional, as she grapples with the abuse she endured in childhood and its echoes in her adult relationships. Jessica Chastain imbues Beverly with a quiet strength, though the film sometimes struggles to give her as much narrative weight as her male counterparts. Richie's character offers a mix of comic relief and poignant depth. Bill Hader's performance is a standout, balancing humor with moments of raw vulnerability that reveal the hidden layers of Richie's personality. His arc feels particularly resonant, delving into the complexities of identity and acceptance. Eddie's anxieties and neuroses are heightened as he faces his fears head-on. James Ransone's portrayal is both endearing and heartbreaking, capturing the essence of a man who has spent his life running from his own fragility. As the one who stayed behind in Derry, Mike shoulders the burden of remembering. His obsession with uncovering Pennywise's origins and finding a way to defeat him borders on desperation, adding a layer of psychological intensity to his character. Ben's transformation from an insecure, overweight boy to a confident and successful man mirrors his journey of self-acceptance. Jay Ryan's performance adds warmth and heart to the film, though Ben's role often feels secondary to the more prominent arcs. While Pennywise is the physical manifestation of fear, the film suggests that the true antagonist is trauma itself. The film's narrative dives deep into how unresolved trauma shapes and defines individuals. Each member of the Losers Club has spent years suppressing their memories of Derry, only to find that the past cannot be ignored. The flashbacks to their childhoods, while effective in providing context, sometimes feel overused, disrupting the pacing and making the runtime feel bloated. The theme of memory is central to the story. The loser's journey is as much about reclaiming their fragmented recollections as it is about battling Pennywise. This dual narrative, external horror versus internal reconciliation, adds depth but also stretches the film's focus. Clocking in at nearly 3 hours, It, Chapter 2 demands significant patience from its audience. The film's ambition to cover a vast narrative landscape is commendable, but the execution occasionally falters under the weight of its own scope. Certain scenes, particularly those involving Pennywise's more elaborate transformations, feel unnecessary, diluting the tension rather than enhancing it. The pacing issues are most noticeable in the middle act, where the film leans heavily on individual encounters with Pennywise. While these sequences are often visually stunning and terrifying, their repetitive structure detracts from the overarching momentum. One of the film's greatest strengths is its dedication to preserving the essence of King's novel. The supernatural elements, while occasionally veering into the absurd, reflect the novel's rich mythology. Pennywise's shape-shifting abilities, rooted in ancient lore, are explored with greater depth here, adding layers to the creature's evil. The film also pays homage to King's penchant for blending horror with heartfelt human stories. The camaraderie of the Losers Club, their shared humor, and their unwavering loyalty to one another are what ground the film amidst the chaos. These moments of connection provide a counterbalance to the horror, reminding viewers that the strength of the Losers Club lies in their unity. The final act of It Chapter 2 is a spectacle of both horror and heart. The losers' confrontation with Pennywise is not just a battle against an otherworldly entity, but a reckoning with their own fears and insecurities. The stakes feel monumental, and the resolution, while divisive, ties the story together in a way that emphasizes the power of courage and friendship. The ending of the movie is both satisfying and poignant, providing closure to the loser's journey while leaving an emotional impact. It is a reminder that while monsters can be vanquished, the scars they leave behind remain. The film's final moments serve as a tribute to the resilience of the human spirit and the bonds that endure even in the face of unspeakable terror. This sequel is a sprawling, ambitious film that strives to balance psychological depth with supernatural horror. While it doesn't quite reach the heights of its predecessor, it remains a compelling and visually stunning addition to the It universe. The performances, particularly those of Bill Hader and Jessica Chastain, elevate the film, and the exploration of trauma and memory adds layers of complexity. However, the film's length and pacing issues may test the patience of some viewers. For fans of King's novel and the 2017 film, It Chapter 2 offers a fitting conclusion to the loser's story, blending terror, heart, and a touch of bittersweet nostalgia. It's not a perfect sequel, but it's a worthy one, delivering scares, laughs, and emotional resonance in equal measure. With its chilling imagery, memorable performances, and heartfelt themes, It Chapter 2 earns its place as a standout in modern horror cinema. While it may not haunt audiences in the same way as its predecessor, it leaves a lasting impression, once again reminding us of the enduring power of Stephen King's storytelling. It Chapter 2 is a dark fantasy, supernatural monster horror, drama that is 2 hours and 49 minutes long and is rated R. The Southern Underworld gives it 4 bloody knives. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Thank you for watching.